All right, let's dive into the world of automated Forex trading. We're talking about those trading bots that you hear about, the software that promises to do the hard work for you. We're going to break down how they actually work, and maybe more importantly, what you absolutely have to know before you even think about trying one. You know the feeling, right? If you've ever traded yourself, you know that pit in your stomach. The stress, the second guessing, that little voice in your head that makes you jump on a bad trade or bail on a good one. It's a huge pain point for traders, and it's the exact thing these automated programs were designed to fix. So what is this stuff really? Well, in the simplest terms, it's a computer program that acts like your own personal trading assistant. It crunches all the market data and can even pull the trigger on trades for you, all based on rules you set. Think of it like a robot that just follows your game plan, 24/7 without ever getting scared or greedy. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll pop the hood and see how these things actually work. Then we'll talk about their number one advantage. After that, we get practical. How to pick the right one for you, a checklist for smart buyers, and, this is a big one, how to spot the scams. We'll wrap it all up with a much-needed dose of reality. Okay, so this digital trading assistant, how does it actually do its job? Well, at its heart, the software is basically a tireless analyst. It's constantly scanning just enormous amounts of data, always on the lookout for the exact conditions that you've told it signal a trading opportunity. And it's looking for really specific stuff, technical signals like moving average crossovers, or classic chart patterns like a triple top, which can signal a market reversal. It can even spot tiny differences in currency spreads. And here's the kicker. When it finds a match for your rules, it doesn't just buzz your phone, it can actually execute the trade for you instantly. Now let's talk about what is, for many traders, the single biggest benefit of using software like this. It's all about taking the human element out of the equation, specifically our emotions, our biases, and all the mistakes they can cause. And this is really the core difference right here. When you trade manually, you're always fighting against fear and greed. But automated trading, it runs on pure cold logic. Instead of those psychological triggers causing you to stray from your plan, the software just sticks to the rules you gave it. And that means you get consistent execution every single time. But, beyond that mental edge, the practical benefits are huge. A bot can juggle multiple accounts at the same time, something that's just not possible for a person. And since the Forex market literally never sleeps, your software is on the job 24/7. It's never going to miss a potential trade just because you are. Okay, so you can see the appeal, but how in the world do you choose one? This is so crucial because there is absolutely no one-size-fits-all program out there. The right software for you depends completely on your strategy and what you need it to do. Yeah, different traders have totally different needs. A beginner, they probably just want something simple, a plug-and-play kind of deal. A more advanced user, though, they'll want more control, like setting custom stops to lock in their profits. If you're always on the move, web-based access is a must. And the pros who need every millisecond and top-notch security, they'll often use something called a virtual private server, or VPS, which is kind of like having a dedicated super-fast computer in the cloud running nothing but their trading bot. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. This is the most critical step, doing your homework. Before you even think about buying any software, you need a solid checklist to make sure you're making a smart move. Here are 4 things you absolutely have to do. First, fee transparency. Are there any hidden fees or commissions lurking that are going to eat away at your money? Second, guarantees. What's their refund policy if it's not what you expected? Third, you have to test it. You need to see this thing in action, whether it's a free trial or a demo. And finally, check out their support. A good help desk is a lifesaver, especially when you're starting out. And let's get even more specific. Make sure it trades the major currency pairs you're interested in. See if you can actually adjust the risk strategy. Can it do short-term scalping for small, quick profits? Or is it better for long-term holds? You have to read the online reviews. What are real users saying? And yeah, I shop around on price, but please remember that with these bots, quality is way more important than getting a bargain. Okay, this brings us to a really serious topic. The hard truth is that this market is filled with scams, and you have got to know the red flags to protect yourself and your investment. If you see a claim that looks anything like this, your alarm bell should be going off like crazy. This kind of marketing, promising impossible win rates, is the #1 biggest red flag. Let's just be crystal clear. No system wins 95% of the time. It just doesn't happen. So the lesson here is simple, right? You have to stay skeptical. It's so important. Every single claim a company makes, you have to verify it. The burden of proof is on them to convince you, not the other way around. And hey, the good news is you're not out there on your own. There are official resources you can use. You can check the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, that's the CFTC, for any consumer alerts. And you can use the National Futures Association, or NFA, to look up companies in their official database. These are essential tools for doing your homework. Okay, so we've covered the good, we've covered the bad. Let's bring it all home and ground ourselves in the reality of what this technology is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. This quote right here might be the most important reality check of all. You have to remember, these programs are just tools. They are not magic crystal balls, and they absolutely do not guarantee an endless string of wins. This is the huge gap between the hype and the reality. The hype sells you a money machine. The reality, it's a tool to help you execute your strategy, one that might help you avoid those costly emotional mistakes. And never, ever forget that classic disclaimer, because it's true, past performance is no guarantee of future results. So let's just quickly recap the big takeaways. Number 1, automation is a powerful way to take emotion out of your trading. Number 2, a good bot lets you work the market 24/7. Number 3, you must do your homework to avoid getting scammed. And finally, never forget that no piece of software on earth can guarantee profits. Which really leaves us with one final big question to think about. As all this technology gets better and better, what is the ultimate trading strategy? Is it pure human instinct? Is it cold, hard machine logic? Or is it some kind of perfect partnership between the two?